Now, by default, when you open Excel, it opens up to a blank worksheet, and the entire file is called a workbook, because inside a workbook, you can have multiple sheets. If you look at the bottom, there's sheet 1, sheet 2, and sheet 3, and those are default in case you need them. If you don't, you can get rid of them later or add more. But what is Excel? Does anybody use Excel now, and can someone tell me what Excel is used for? Any volunteers?
Can you hear me? If you can hear me, this is Nadine. I believe the Excel spreadsheet can be used for graphing and to make formulas to do, accounting sheets, all those things, financial things for graphing.
Yeah, you can use it for many different things. I mean, one of the most simplest things, I used to teach this a long time ago when Excel first came out, and we were doing Excel 2000 and 2003. Excel is what they call a spreadsheet. It's like a document that stores different types of data, numbers, text, symbols. So mainly it's like data, and you can use it just to document a log, an inventory of your movies, and pretty much anything that's kind of like information-wise. Then you have Microsoft Word, which is typically for letters, memos, things of that nature. I could share my screen. So someone said they couldn't see my screen. Can you see it now? Okay, great, Cynthia. I'm glad you can see it now. I was just sharing just Excel, but I just switched it to my screen, so maybe that'll help instead of just the window for the application. So once you got Excel open, you notice there's you got your typical menu bar at the very top where you have different options such as home, insert, page layout, formulas, data, review, and then a view. You have the little X's in the far right corner to close either the entire program or the window or the spreadsheet you're working on, the one right below it. And then you have minimize, maximize for both of those as well. You have this Office button. They call it like a ribbon, or I could just call it a button. And that brings up other options such as saving, printing, and everything else that you can't see off the little menu screen. Kind of a quick way to get stuff. But this is how it comes up on my version of Excel. Now if I go ahead and you notice this section here, this is like a little quick task or quick link bar section here. And right now it just has save. And there's a couple other common buttons here, and you could add more. Just this one has undo and redo, but I can't use them right now because I haven't typed anything or deleted anything of that nature. Right next to that, there's a little down arrow, like a little triangle thing, to customize that little quick access toolbar. I'm going to click that once with the left button, and these are options they give you to add a little quick toolbar. So, new document, new, opening, email it, quick print or print preview, spell check. Those are some that you can add on here. Typically for me, I put this little quick print button right there so I can easily print it to my default printer. And I do that to Word as well. But those are just some options you can do to customize this little toolbar here, quick access toolbar. So you don't have to dig through the menus to try to find a certain common tab. Now, in Excel, you have all these options here for fonts, font sizes, colors, various formatting, and that's all on the home page. They put the most common stuff on the home section there. We also have the insert for inserting items, such as tables and clip arts, shapes, and things like that. Page layout is how you want to set up your page. Margins, print size, different things of that nature. Formulas helps you create formulas. It has a lot of functions and formulas in here, and you can use all these tools if you're doing any kind of like really complex formulas. Data tab helps you pull data from other sources, like other Excel files or from the web, or you can use it simply to sort your data that's in this spreadsheet. Then we have a review tab for check your spelling, look up do some research, the RS, add comments to the document in certain cells to leave notes for other people, or the why you changed something, or just notes for yourself of, say, in case they don't forget why you changed something or what is this information about. It's also an option to protect your worksheet or workbook or to share it with others. So you can lock things down so people can edit your worksheet if needed. And then view to change the look of your screen if you want to do that. I'm going to go back to the home. So that's your menu bar. That's your standard area for your buttons, for your different tabs. Now, Excel, the spreadsheets are made up of columns and rows. The columns are labeled A, B, C, D. And then when it hits Z, it doubles up to AA, AB, and it keeps going this way until it reaches over 2,000. I think it's 2,048 columns that's allowed in Excel. There might be more in this new version, or the next new version. And then you have all these numbers on the far left side. Those represent your rows. So you notice if I click on a number, it highlights the entire row. If I click on a letter for the column, it highlights that entire column all the way down to the end of the rows. And I think in this version of Excel, it goes to about 65,000 rows that you can do in Excel. So if you go beyond that, you probably want to do like a database, like Microsoft Access, with the next level, or for big companies, stuff like us, for accounting software, we use what they call a SQL server for even larger amounts of data. But you have your rows, your columns, and each little box in here is what they call a cell. And this is where you put information in each of those cells. You have a scroll bar, two of them actually. They help you go up and down, and left and right to navigate your columns and to navigate your rows. On the very bottom right, you have these different options to zoom in, zoom out, we'll go back to the 100% in the middle, or to change page break preview, page layout, or normal, which is the view type I am in currently. On the far left, we have these little buttons here, and those are used if you have multiple sheets. I can hit these and go, but I really don't have a lot of sheets, so it doesn't really do anything right now. We have some spreadsheets here in the Anchorage office that go way beyond what you can see down here. So you have those little buttons to navigate those. Some put in like the months or the weeks. It could be sheets for a lot of different things. You can have a sheet for every employee, and they have their own little sheets down at the bottom, included in the one workbook, which is the main file, like I said earlier.